What up, Jeff, with all my Bitcoin renegades? And today I have an interesting idea. I was sitting here trying to think of an idea for a video. I almost had a couple of other things, and this just ended up being the idea that I came up with because I haven't talked about AMP for a while, and I just found out some really cool information on Internet Computer, and I almost wanted after I saw this to make a different video, but I have some really good stuff for you guys tonight on Internet Computer, which is going to be why you would want to choose the next 10x crypto, whether it be ICP or AMP, right? Now, these are two very, very different price cryptos. Now, they both do something very, very interesting, though. Internet Computer is basically reshaping the way the internet is. It's basically rebuilding the internet step by step on the blockchain. And what AMP does is it is like a collateralized loan for other cryptos to make sure that crypto transactions don't fail. And if they do fail, then they use AMP as collateral so that money isn't lost. Very, very different fundamentals, different price ranges, but both very good cryptos and both at really low prices. So we're going to go in and take a look at both of the cryptos, both of the ecosystems, and find out just which one is better and which one could possibly 10x, if not both, or if we don't think either of them can. We will come up with kind of a conclusion by the end of the show tonight. Now, don't be afraid to be interactive because these shows, I keep my chat right here next to me. I can't see it on my computer screen, so I have it on my phone right here so that I can see it for you. It's funny, but I'm under the impression that Gert will 10x. Man. Now, Gert, there is a reason that I did Gert or I did AMP instead of Gert. A lot of my subscribers are still searching for AMP videos. So, like, my AMP videos are still being searched all the time. So you guys obviously want to know about AMP from me. So that's why I'm doing the AMP versus ICP. Now, personally, right off the bat, if you would have asked me 6 months ago, I would have told you AMP right away. AMP, hands down, best. But I didn't know about the Internet Computer. Now I would probably say the Internet Computer. But I'm going to be biased on this one. I'm going to go in and I'm going to only look at the evidence before me. And we're going to present a case for each of them and then find out, hey, which one is the better project that can possibly 10x. And to 10x in price, we aren't just going to look at like how many people are going to buy it. Let's look at the project, what it does, the needs that it fulfills, and how far you think it can go and what projects like that have already taken off, right? So those are the things we're going to talk about. It's going to be a fun night tonight. So you guys better buckle up and you're going to want to stay till the end so that you find out the conclusion of all of this. So, all right, now let's get into some of what we have for you tonight here. First off, I do want to I was trying to talk and so we could get other people here. They'll probably show up when we start. But what's up, King Love, man? Good to see you tonight. I was hoping Justin would come over, but he hasn't. He's been working late. So, all right. Anyway, let's start off with AMP, since we always start out with Internet Computer. And so basically, AMP has this payment system called Flexa, right? And it uses transactions with Flexa all over the world. And actually, El Salvador, when they adopted Bitcoin, the Bitcoin Lightning Network utilized the AMP collateral in order to intermingle with the Bitcoin Lightning Network. So, yeah, it does pack a punch. AMP is a really good crypto for what it stands for. Let's take a little bit deeper look into what AMP actually is. Let's take money into the 21st century. AMP provides assets like Litecoin with instant verifiable assurance for any real world application, or Bitcoin, Dash, BAT, all of these. So I bet it could even work with ICP eventually. I don't know, man. But possibly, it can work with all the other ones. That'd be cool to see AMP and ICP work together. But for now, it uses instant verifiable assurance. So say you made a business deal and you're paying in Bitcoin. Well, your Bitcoin didn't show up, or something happened and it got lost. Well, there is instant verifiable collateral So if something happens and your money is lost, you have collateral in AMP, so you never lose out on your money. I don't know who ends up paying that back, but not 100% sure how that part works. But I'm sure there is a whole thing for it. So stake, send, repeat. AMP is an extensible platform for collateralizing asset transfers. By staking AMP, any form of value exchange can be guaranteed. Digital payments, fiat currency exchange, loan distributions, property sales, and more. And then this will teach you how to stake the AMP in order to do these, collateralizing asset transfers if you need to do that. Like with the Bitcoin Lightning Network, I think they set up a whole thing, to transfer Bitcoin to those wallets there. So I'm not 100% sure how it worked, but they use Flexa to do that for sure. So once staked to a partition, AMP is ready to collateralize a transfer. With the use of collateral pools, AMP effectively decentralizes the risk of the asset transfer, especially suitable for fraud-proof networks and real-world applications. And you can see how AMP is locked. AMP also simplifies network reward distribution once a transfer is complete. So basically, it's making things simpler. The AMP smart contracts offer a variety of built-in incentive models, including micro distributions and continuous compounding. So micro distributions are exactly what the Lightning Network is. They are micro transactions. See, the problem with Bitcoin is if you did a lot of transactions, like say if you wanted to go to McDonald's and buy a 99-cent burger with Bitcoin, well, that's going to cost you anywhere from $2 to $5 in gas fees, right? Now, on the Bitcoin Lightning Network, it significantly reduces those gas fees. And that is where the micro distributions and transactions come in. That way, you can send a bunch of transactions all at once. And that's what a lot of these, like, micro wallets do. Coinbase does it. All the exchanges do it when they send money out. Like when you withdraw your money out of an exchange, what they do is they don't send just your transaction and pay the gas fee for your transaction. They send it in batches, which say if they have 1,000 transactions, they might be able to send 200 a batch or even 1,000. I'm not sure the amount, but they can send it per batch and it will cost them like $100 in gas fees for 200 transactions, right? So that's like 50 cents, but it's probably less than that. They probably are paying like 5 cents, a person. So it's really an effective method of sending a transaction, especially if you're sending bunches of them. You can put them all into one transaction and send as a bundle. So, and those are called micro distributions because you're sending one from one address, but you're sending it to multiple addresses. So that's where it's the micro distributions. And they can even be small amounts, right? Like the Bitcoin Lightning Network. And if you're buying stuff there, you're going to have lots of those transactions going through, right? So, especially if you're wanting to run like a business like McDonald's with Bitcoin, and they do it in El Salvador with the Bitcoin Lightning Network. So why AMP? AMP helps you decentralize risk for your users with smart contract features, purpose built for collateral. Nothing more, nothing less. So it's just collateral to help your stuff easier. It helps with payment systems. It's a pretty cool crypto. So it's not inflationary. When new projects adopt AMP, existing implementations benefit from increased liquidity and decentralization, which in turn reduces volatility and enhances collateral quality as a result of the token's fixed supply. So that is pretty cool. I really like this project, like the fundamentals of it. Flexa is the main payment system used across the world. This is a massive thing. I mean, we could even go and look at Flexa, the global leader in pure digital payments. Now, this is big. These governments use this. Like the El Salvador was using, this type of technology. And Flexa, with the Bitcoin network, it's the most fraud-proof payments network in the world. So, yeah, we're not going to go much into this, but it just really shows you, the power of it. See, we got the CeeLo Dollar Die, Gemini, GN. Remember that, guys? That was actually one of my best videos ever. But what's up, my dude? What's up with you? 1 inch token, Aave, Anchor, AMP. There's the AMP. Oh, it's available soon. What? Wait, what is this again? Supported digital tokens. Okay, I guess AMP. What? Huh. I'm not understanding what's up with that. So maybe they haven't implemented it yet? I'm confused now because I've always heard that Flexa was part of AMP. So maybe they're just still implementing it. Hey, Assemble Protocol, I hold some of this too. Atom, I mean, look at all this. Axie Infinity, Bancor, Bond, Comp, Curve DAO, Farm, Doja on Mars. I mean, this is a massive payment system, guys. Flexa. I didn't know Flexa ran this deep, though. Wow. So I don't know what's up the AMP part of it. Obviously, you saw that it is. That's how we got to Flexa, right? Is through the AMP site anyway. So, um, I don't know what's up with that 100%, but yeah. So anyways, now we're gonna talk about the internet computer. Where do we start here? Okay, so that's good stuff. Hold on. We're gonna start right here because this is just basically kind of this is the information I wanted to really show you guys, and I was like, I don't know if I want to waste it on this episode, but I don't think it's really a waste because this is really gonna show you guys why I really love internet computer, where it's at, where it's gonna go, kind of what it stands for, kind of like what we did with AMP, except we have more of a roadmap here. I was looking for a roadmap with AMP. I couldn't really locate an exact roadmap from where they are right now. I was looking, I couldn't find it. I'm sure it's out there. If you guys had that information, I'd love to have it so that we can look more into their roadmap. But for now, that's what we have. What we just did with AMP, which is pretty cool. We made it look pretty good, right? I'm being unbiased here. I'm making them both look as good as possible. And then we're going to kind of go in and look at the price, talk about the major price difference, and then see if that matters, if it can 10x or not. Okay, so this is where we're starting now with internet computer. And what I want to let you know is that they did have a different token with Definity, which is the Definity Foundation is the nonprofit that kind of is the entity behind the internet computer, which is staffed by a bunch of amazing individuals, some that I've had a pleasure of working with, some that I have not had the pleasure of working with or meeting, but I hope to in the future for sure. So, anyways, this is kind of where it stood before they had their own token back here, the Definity. It really wasn't a big thing, or I didn't even know about it back then. So maybe it was, over in Europe, or I just didn't hear about it. So it might have been big. I just didn't know. Then we have the Mercury Genesis launch, right? So this is the famous event that everybody knows. This is when it went up to $750, right? So that just automatically shows the potential when supply and demand is on the side of ICP. This is a perfect example. You guys were worried. Yeah, the price went all the way up to 750 and way down. That just shows you that when demand is there, like the overwhelming demand, that it can completely wash over the supply and pump the price to amazing prices. We've seen that happen, how it went down. More supply comes in, the market goes down. Boom, it's meant to do that. That's good. That's for the future of the crypto, right? So everything's going good. Quarter one, everybody's freaking out right here. This is a hard time for ICP. I'm not going to lie, titanium, but this is huge. All the people were distracted by the money, and all the smart people are buying at the low prices. We're getting everybody away from the we could even call it kind of a disaster with what people, not the price going down, but the reaction of people was a disaster, guys. Come on. We know better than that, right? We know what this crypto is. I mean, if you look at it, you know what it is. If you don't, then you probably don't belong in crypto. But anyway, I'm not trying to make anybody feel bad, or if you bought it at the top, you actually can dollar cost average your way down to a lot less and save yourself a lot of pain. Like, you don't have to stay up there at your big prices, but that's all up to you. Not financial advice, of course. But anyway, as we move to this titanium, this is actually, even though it doesn't look like it, this is one of the biggest, and this is completed mid quarter one. So titanium is to introduce DeFi into the internet computer. Well, how did it do that? Well, the first thing that it needed to do was move ICP around. So there was a vote that went in to say, hey, can we move ICP around in, canister smart contracts, because those canister smart contracts are what are going to be the access to DeFi, and you have to be able to move the ICP in the contracts in order to be able to interact with DeFi protocols, right? And so that was the major thing. And what they did is they didn't just make a bridge to other crypto to get into DeFi like Ethereum. They did have a bridge, but then they integrated it. They integrated Ethereum, and they are in the middle of Ethereum. I don't know if they're done with Ethereum yet. Maybe that's a question I'll ask the next time I talk to an actual person from Dfinity, but they're either integrating it now or it's already integrated, Bitcoin and Ethereum. So I know they're both like, it's worked on right this second, if not done. So they say the DeFi, all it's been established. Now they're just getting the final things through. Now we're at Chromium, which is May 2022. And what this project is, it is rebuilding the internet. And what it is doing it on the blockchain. And that's why they're doing certain different things, right? Web3 is one step up from Web 2. Web 2 is the regular internet. Web 3 is the internet on the blockchain. And this was Dominic's massive idea to rebuild the internet on the blockchain and to integrate Bitcoin that way. So the integration of Bitcoin makes it so where you can't hack a bridge. All those hack things that we hear about, they're always from a bridge, a bridge hack. And what a bridge hack is from when one crypto has a link to another crypto, there's a bridge that gets created in between, and sometimes the code can be penetrated. There's bugs in the code that they find a little hole or whatever they do to get in. The hackers, really smart people that are using their smarts for the wrong reasons, can get in and make big trouble and make people lose lots of money, and just they can tank a token. They can do lots of things, man. And we don't want to see that. So the cool thing is the integration, it doesn't allow any of those barriers to be implemented, and there is no penetration point. The only way they could get through it is through the smart contract, and good luck hacking a canister smart contract. If you can do that, then you probably should just be working with us, not against us, but or them, I should say. I'm not part of Dfinity at all. I'm in a grant program for them, but still, I'm being biased here. All right, so the next one is Carbon, and that is the service nervous system. And so what they're going to do is service the nervous system. It's pretty simple, right? And what the nervous system is where you vote. It's the governance, basically. It's called the network nervous system. And what it is basically the nervous system of the blockchain. Basically, is the inner workings of the blockchain, and it's the governance and all of that. And so I guess they're going to service that. And I wish I could go more into what that is. Okay, here we go. What is this? So Carbon preview. Service nervous system. Okay. Quick look. They're algorithmic DAOs that will allow developers to create decentralized token-based governance system for their dApps. The Carbon milestone introduces 3 SNS factors. SNS as a system function. Okay, that is pretty cool. With SNS subnet with the increased security, there will be more tool support for developers to initially deploy their SNS on the subnet. Moreover, the SNSs on this subnet will be more easily maintainable as the SNS canisters upgrade themselves to the newest versions once they are deployed. Wow. Okay, so that's pretty cool, and that's the next step. And then even after that, we have multi-chain integration. So, okay, so this is, I guess, what I was talking about, and I'm kind of glad we went through it piece by piece, because the multi-chain integration is probably when everything comes to fruition. They got all of this together. They make sure everything is running right. I do want to look what the Vitalik release is real quick first. Direct integration with Ethereum. Let's look at that. The direct integration with Ethereum and the Internet Computer plans to encompass a few implementations as follows. Ethereum blockchain integration, integrating the Internet Computer blockchain with the Ethereum blockchain in a trustless manner, i.e., without using any trusted intermediaries such as bridges. This will enable smart contracts on the Internet Computer to call smart contracts on Ethereum and vice versa. Freaking awesome, man. This is going to change everything. And so this was Q3 of 2021. So they're still, it looks like, doing this. It's a lot harder than it looks, I guess. No code is executed when a motion proposal is adopted. An adopted motion proposal future. Okay, that's not important. See proposed changes. Okay. I wish I could get more information for you guys about that. But yeah, see, I'm just showing you how awesome this is. Okay. So multi-chain integration is definitely the next biggest part, even though this was supposed to be, they already started doing it. I know that, but I think it's a long process. And still, I'd like to talk to somebody else about that. But, and then post-quantum cryptography. That's what I'd love to have, like Dominic or Anna on my channel, or one of the, other, maybe I'll ask them if they'll come on my channel. Maybe they will. You never know. Let's see. Futurium preview. Post-quantum cryptography, MPC for canisters, automatic subnet creation and management. Post-quantum cryptography. Okay. I do kind of want to know more about that. The internet's computers post-Genesis R&D. Okay, but the roadmap targets milestones from DeFi enhancements, direct integrations with Bitcoin and Ethereum, tokenization, and much, much more. Hey, man, that's what I said. So completed. This is, I guess they're just working on a lot of it still. We're still right here, though, actually. I mean, we're in May, right? May 2022. So we're still over here. I mean, it says, yeah, current right here. So we still have a long way to go. In this Futurium, Iridium, Vanadium, Carbon. Okay. So Vitalik release, Ethereum integration Vitalik release. Okay, so this is the release. So I guess what they're oh, that makes a lot of sense, guys. So if they already made it and they're integrating it now, this is when they release it. So that does make sense that they test it, have it kind of running, on either, I don't know if they have a test net. They have to have a test net or something, that they run it on to make sure it works right, and that the integration is solid. So I can understand that. That makes sense. So if you're a developer, Definity Developer Grant, another cool thing that they do. Now, there is a lot more that I had planned. There's that roadmap for tonight. So this is one of the coolest things that I've ever seen for the Internet Computer, guys. And I almost wanted to save this for a different episode because this is craziness. This is the best information. Please, I don't want to beg you, but man, if you guys could get this information out here, I would love you. I would hug you. I would give you, I would pat you on the back. I'd raise your arm, call you a winner, and take you out to dinner. But because look at this, 50. Hold on. Total staked. 55.7% of the total supply is staked. Can you believe 55% of the total supply is in staking? Hold up. Let's hold up. What? What? Huh? 200. Wait, hold on. 225 million circulating supply. Okay? Why am I saying it all obnoxious like that? because that means that over 120 million ICP are staked. It says 267, but that can't be true if the total supply is 225. So, total supply, circulating supply. So, does that mean, hold on, is the total supply staked? Do they stake all of it and then release it out through the staking? Is that the way internet computer works? Hold on. I don't know enough about that because it's saying there's 267 million staking. Well, if that's possible, how's there only 225 million circulating supply? That's all of it, plus some. Unless they're taking that off of the total supply, and that means all of it is in staking. And they're releasing it through staking. Is that it? Come on, I need this is why I need like Dominic or one of these people on my channel right now. This is like real information we need bad. Darn it. What's up, guys? Let's go. Are they ever going to do a ZK roll-up type system? I doubt it. They don't really need to. They have the canister smart contracts, so they don't really need ZK rollup. Mina, we'll talk about that. Yeah, definitely talk about that like tomorrow night. Mina block. I guess this is actually, we'll talk about it tonight because tonight it isn't an internet computer night. This is not a sponsored video. This is just an extra video I was doing. So don't worry about that. Yeah, we can talk about Mina. Don't worry. We'll do that at the end. It's gonna run on ZK rollups. Okay, I like ZK rollups, man. I do. I'm impressed with those. Mina will be moving in a big way. I agree. If they are implementing ZK rollups, so undervalued. What the world people staking is only. I know. What is up with that? It's what is staked by the total supply. That's what I thought. Yeah, I really do. Yeah, I know. We do need to check that. I just found it today, man. I will. We'll start looking at this more often. And now we're gonna go into this. Like I haven't even shown you the coolest part yet. So if you look down here, can you guys see this really well? I just hope you can see it really well. That's the only problem. Because if you look down here, 0 to 6 months, it shows you exactly not how many are staked. This just made I got so excited when I saw this. I'm like, it not only shows you how much you stake, but how long it's staked for. So if you're worried, oh, the price is gonna dump, oh, ICP is going to $8. 55% of the total supply is staked, yo. And look for how long. Not just a little while. Let's look at the 8-year gang. Let's look at the 8. How much of it's locked away for 8 years? Let's look at 8 years. Where's 8-year gang? Can we just get 8-year gang? Oh, we can. No, okay. What we'll do is we take out all these others. Hold on. And we'll just get 8-year gang. And then we'll see exactly what that looks like. Okay? So that's what that looks like. A lot of people are going 8-year right about here. See that? That's a big jump from how many? Let's go look down here. 53 million to 100 million. Look at this jump. Look at that jump. Doubled. It doubled. Somebody put a massive, oh my God, dude. Look at all that. On the very top there, you see that 53,935,252? Now look. When it comes up here, 106. It's right doubled. My goodness, man. Yeah, that's impressive. Now let's look at the rest of them, right? So the total supply isn't coming out for 8 years, guys. So you don't have to worry about the supply and demand. They are not dumping it on us. This proves it. Everybody's saying that, all the developers are dumping it on us. And here's proof. You guys are dumb. No, you're not dumb. You just had bad information, man. Nobody's dumb. I don't think anybody's dumb, but I think there's bad information out there. Sorry, I get a little bit overexcited. Now you can see this is the 0 to 6 months. Now these are all of the people that cannot vote anymore. They have already let their dissolve delay past the 180-day marker so that they don't get a vote anymore. And as you see, let's look at this. There is 38 million that are ready to come out. 35 mil, 33 mil, 31, 32, 33, 30, 26. So a lot less people are staking it for, in the 0 to 6 months over time. And more people are going into the longer terms, as you see. Look at this. So now let's get the 6 months and the 2 year, and you can kind of see how much more the 2 year is than the 6 months, or the 6 to 12 months. That's where I'm at right here, is the 6 to 12 months for right now. I might go 8 year, gang. I'm thinking about it. So, and then you got the 3 right here. So that's the 1 to 2 years. We have about 100 million in between the 3 of them. So 100 mil. And then if you look at the 2 to 3 years, then you're talking another 38 million, right? And then you do this and you're talking another, 20 million. And then you keep going and you're talking about 3 million for 4 to 5 years. Then you're talking about 185,000 for 5 to 6 years. We're talking 456,000 for 6 to 7 years. Then our 7 to 8 years growing up there. Look at that, 2,841,000. And then our 8 year gang is at 52 mil strong. And then up here it's over at 100 mil. And look at all these. Some go up, some go down. But a lot of these are just ones that are going down. But as you see, the very bottom one is kind of staying in a downward motion. More people are going for longer times to get better rewards. Why only stake it for a couple months when the market sucks right now, when you could put your money in a staking that lasts for a year or two until the next bull run, and then boom, you just made like hundreds more ICP and you get out when the market's pumping. Now there's a chance you miss the pump, but it's always going to pump again, and the price in the future is going to be amazing anyway. So I mean, you're going to be good. So okay, now we just need to talk for a second, and then we're going to go look at the prices. So far we've talked about AMP, an amazing cryptocurrency backed by a lot of companies and a lot of cool things. It integrated with the Bitcoin Lightning Network. It has basically helped El Salvador furnish a Bitcoin economy with the Bitcoin Lightning Network so people can use it to make transactions, because Bitcoin wasn't made for transactions. That's what Bitcoin Lightning Network, Flexa, AMP, all that collateralized. So you're telling me any transaction I make can be backed up by AMP? That's freaking cool, man. Then we have Internet Computer, completely rebuilding the blockchain, or the internet on the blockchain. It has a clear roadmap for some pretty incredible things. Now, some of these things I didn't think they were going to be able to do. I didn't think they were possible to do. Direct integration with Ethereum, that's just like F 2.0. It's a folk tale. No, they have the technology and the smart people to do this stuff. It's happening. They say they can do it. They know they can do it. Now they just have to do it. And we watch them accomplish crazy things. Introducing Bitcoin to DeFi, direct integration with Bitcoin and Ethereum, a crazy token launch. Let's see, over half of the supply, that right there. I think that if I was like in a normal battle, like AMP to ICP, that would be my winning 50. Let's just go back and look at that one more time, just to let it sink in just a little bit. Wait, where did it go? Oh, here it is. 55% of the total supply staking. 267,451,538 ICP in staking. Most of that for 7 years. Over half of it for 8 years. Look at that. 113 million. That is almost half of the total staked that's in there for 8 years. So over 25% is 8 years. So, and most of it came right about this time right here. So that's pretty incredible to me. Now we're going to go look at the price. So I can't make a decision yet. I say maybe internet computer because I love it. But now these are very, very different in price. And I want to take that into consideration before we start. AMP. So these, I want to tell people something. A lot of people are like, well, I need to get any crypto that's under $1 because if it's under $1, I can become super rich and I can be this and that. You know the crypto I've made the most money on? Bitcoin. The very most expensive crypto. Was it $1 when I bought it? No. It was $9,000 when I bought it. $9,000 a piece. So I got lucky with Bitcoin. I really did. I didn't even get a full one though, unfortunately. But now this is 2 cents. Can this 10x? That would only be 20 cents. Well, that would be easy, right? Well, you got to look at the maximum supply. Then you also got to look at the market cap and see if it can withstand a 10x gain. What would that make this? From a market cap of 921 million, what would that go to? 9.2 billion. I mean, that's possible. Okay. All right. Well, now let's just kind of go look at internet computer in the same way. But oh man, see, this one's not under $1. I can't afford 1631. I mean, I could get like a couple of them. I could probably like get $100 worth. Like, oh, I got like $100. Dude, you know, if you just put like $100 a bunch of times into this, you could probably gain more money if you put a couple $100 into this. So, or you could gain the same. So, AMP is not bad, especially now. Let's look at where the price is 2183. Well, where's the lowest price that it's been in a very long time? 2152. I think that is the lowest it's been. Okay, 2102 in a month. So that's the lowest it's been in a month. We can actually even go look 3 months. Boom. Yeah, so that's going to be about the lowest that it's been. And that could 10x to $21. Well, what would this 10x to? So that would only be $163. So the very top of this has been $750. Okay, so it could go there inside its already attained all-time high. Let's go look at where this all-time high. I need to get rid of that. Okay. Look where this all-time high, you know, has been. So we can just maybe, okay, that's not the year. Let's just do all. Okay. So the highest that this has ever been is 10 cents. So that's only 5x from where we're at right now. So that's important. That means we would have to double our all-time high in order to get to the very top. So that's 10 cents. We'd have to get to 21, almost 22 cents in order to double, or 10x, I mean, to 10x, not to double. Okay. Now, if you go and look at internet computer, well, this only shows 274 right there. And then let's see if I can get a little higher. 340, 350, 386, 441. But 10x is only 160. So wait, this has been up to a $750. So you're telling me it would be easier for a $16 crypto to 10x than a 2-cent crypto to 10x. Yes, that's what I'm telling you. That is exactly what I'm telling you. And no, it isn't just because of where it went before. It's for all of the reasons that I showed you before, plus this, plus all of that. It has been there. It can go there again. It wouldn't have to double its old all-time high to get to 10x. The only thing is it's not 2 cents. So how do you buy this? You just buy them differently. I'm not saying AMP is bad. Actually, AMP's a really good crypto. But if you put it side by side with internet computer and the roadmap, the project, I think internet computer just has one up on it. In my opinion, that is just my opinion. I'd love to actually know your opinion, not only in the comments, but in your statements that you make, man, in what you do and what you buy. I'm not telling you to buy either of these, but make a statement any way that you know how. That's all I'm saying. So you guys are awesome. Let's get into the talking because I'm not going to do price analysis on these today. That wasn't really what I wanted to do. Like TA, we did kind of price analysis, but not TA, because I wanted you guys to see, and that's half of this being locked up. So imagine as we go through this 8 years, how much this price is going to raise, that those things are still locked in there when the price is raising. So that's going to create a supply shock. And when the supply shock happens, that's when you get these massive, massive pumps to the upside. And I can't wait for Internet Computer to have that happen to it. It already went from $15 to $16.31 today. And AMP is also another very good crypto, and it's at such a low price right now. That is one thing I want to tell you before we get done with this. I want to show you how low this price is compared to where it's been basically in a month. We are almost at one of the lowest points that it has ever been. This is a price that I'm definitely looking at, and it's a big level of support. Now, if I was just like, oh yeah, we're kind of at this price that, is a good buy, but there's no support, I wouldn't be buying it. There is a massive level of support here that stems all the way back for months and months and months. And once you reach right around that point, that's probably one of the best times to buy. Now, Internet Computer right now is a little bit above that lowest price ever, but still an amazing, buy-in. Anything under, I'd say right now about anything under $17 is a good purchase. I would say anything under 25, but I'm being realistic. It would have been better to get in at 15. That's why when we're down here, you always want to have your buy orders set in. So I've realized never put it on the dollar. Always put it at a weird number like 15.18 or 15.76 or 15.52, because it'll normally go down to like 15.51, and if you had it set for 15.50, you won't get it. Or it'll go down to 15.01, and if you have a buy order set for 15, it won't go through. So you just got to be careful with that. Put in a weird number just to, kind of balance the system out or freak the system out. I don't know. Do something to the system. All right, now we're gonna get into the chat. Chitty chat. Sorry, when I get going in my stuff, man. It's hard for me to look at the chat a lot. So, would love to get in at $13, but that's probably not going to happen very soon. Because the only reason is if we hit 13, the possibility of Bitcoin going down below 28,000 is extremely high. So I would actually set your target for 15, man. 15.01. You could have just got in right now. I hope I can change your mind from 13, because I'm not giving you financial advice, so I can't tell you that. But for me, I probably would never get in at 13 because I don't think it's going there right now. Not in this point in the market. I really don't believe that it can hit that price. I think our bedrock is really like 15, and it just barely inched to 14. So if you're really looking to get in at the cheapest price, it's 15, man. 15 is where you want to get. Like that's some alpha right there for you, for some real stuff from the heart. For real. I mean, I want you to make money, but yeah, you'll probably never get in at 13, And if you do, it's probably going to keep going down. That's the only problem about 13. 13 is not a good level. It's not a good support level. It's not a good level. You need to, okay, that's one thing. I'm glad you actually brought that up, because you're probably a pretty smart trader. You're probably even better than me, man. And I'm not saying I'm the best. I'm just trying to give you tips that I think will really help you in the future. So when you put in these orders at the bottom, you say, or at a price target, always have that match a level of support. Don't ever put it in like in a level where if you see a candle go past this level every time, like every time it goes up and then every time it goes down, it just kind of passes through that area. Never put a buy order in right in the middle there, because then it's either going to go way up to there or way down to there before you hit your price, and you're always going to be in the middle. And so you're either going to lose you're basically going to lose no matter what. Or you're going to lose. Well, I mean, so if you lose and it goes down, you lose a lot, but you have to lose even going up. You don't win until you get like way up here. So you're losing, even though you're winning, you're still losing. you just take a lot of the profit off of the table. And so just be careful with that. You need to find levels of support to put those in. And I know a lot of people are saying it's going to go to 13, man, but don't buy into that. Like, if you look at what I'm showing you, you can see the value in the project, and that's why it's not going to 13. Period. I mean, dude, if it goes to if it goes to 13, I will stand on my head for 1 minute. I'm not even kidding. I don't even know if that'll work, but I'll do it right there on camera. I'll stand on my head for 1 minute if it goes to 13. I'd do something, or you guys could suggest something for me to do, man. I'll do something crazy if it goes to 13. Because how about this? What do they still do that ice bucket challenge? If it goes to 13, I will dump a bucket of ice water on my head outside in Washington on a rainy day or something. Seriously, that's how much I'm almost guaranteeing it's not going to 13. Like, we'll do the ice bucket challenge. I don't even know if that's still a thing, but so let's go in and look at Mina now, because we're done with all the other stuff and got to take care of my peeps, man. We're gonna look at Mina and maybe even Jazzy May. Jazzy May. That's what we'll call it from now. Jazzy May. Come here, Jazzy May. All right. Oh, Mina. Oh my goodness. Okay. Look at that wick. See, this is why I always say have a buy order in at support. Now, if you had a buy order in right here at 204, or even at 2, yeah. So I probably would have done it at like 201 or 202, just because I don't like doing that too. So you could have had a nice level of support right here, and that's where you put the buy orders in, is at these support levels on the way down, right? Because they like to wick down and touch them. This is a perfect example of that, where you have a buy order in already set on Coinbase Pro, which you can set it for whatever price. Go set it for like 202. Then when it wicks down, touches your price, boom, you have support. It touches your price, but doesn't keep breaking down. So that's the whole point. You want it to touch your price, but you don't want it to keep going down. So how do you do that? You put it on a level of support. Well, what's a level of support? Well, it's a previous level that crypto touched and did not go down further. When it touched it and went up, right? And before it touched it and went down, it was resistance turned support. Now here, really good area to put your thing. That was a really good example, man. Thank you for having me look at Mina. Because that hit the point right on the head right there. And it shows you why I'm telling you to have it at those levels. Now, say if you put it here, right, see where this big thing is? Where it goes up right here and always kind of goes up at this level. See? Big sticks every time right here. You don't want to put it in at this level. If you put it in at this level, it's either going to go way up or way down, and you got to get to your profit way up here before you get any money, or you go way down and you're screwed. So that's what I'm telling you. Don't put it in at these levels, because you will get wrecked. Put it in at a nice support level and you're good to go all day. You don't even have to watch it. You could have just been chilling. Say you put it in, April 15th. You're like, okay, I want to buy this. I don't want to pay $2.30. It's at $2.30 right now. I want to get it about $2. So I'm going to put it in for about $2.02. Let's do that. Boom. $2.02. Now you're sitting at $2.23, 21 cents in the profit. So now let's do a little price prediction for you on here. A little price evaluation, since we didn't do that on the other ones. We can get some indicators out here. But I'm thinking everything's below all the indicators. If you wonder, well, he's not doing much with the indicators lately. That's because we're below all the indicators, and all they are is resistance for us right now. And I don't need to be reminded of the resistance that we have right now. So these are why I'm buying at these levels. I'm not really worried until we have a next pump. I'm not really getting in on the bandwagon like that. I mean, I hope you guys aren't following the bandwagon either. It's not good for you mentally or monetarily. So yeah, see, we're just below these. So you gotta have a strategy at this point when we're down low. You just put in at support levels, and you be aware of the resistance levels, which is going to be up at 241 right now. 241 to 245 is your next resistance. And even maybe even some. No, look, see this? I mean, we really should not have a lot of resistance right here. See, we're actually in this level. The only resistance is back here. This is your only kind of this and this right here. So if you didn't have these, you'd be okay because there's a lot of like these, crap ones in the way right here. But you're at the bottom of it, see, which is support. There's support here, support there, resistance, support. You just got to look at those previous levels. So yeah, I'm not going to do a lot into this. We can look at the smaller time frames though. Okay, we're having a nice little recovery there. That's good. Maybe an inverse head and shoulders pattern right here. I'm not sure about this neckline. So the neckline can't go up like that, huh? Does it have to be below? That's what I never knew with inverse head and shoulders patterns. Can it go up like that still, or does all of this have to be under? Does the whole neckline have to be under the neckline? I don't. That's one thing I don't know. See, these are questions that are like professional that I need to know. But yeah, we could have like some kind of an inverse head and shoulders thing playing out here in the future. But I like this. This would be a good point to buy right down here at $2 again. That's why I say when it goes down here, these are good purchase prices. And we're having kind of a pullback right now. Japanese candlesticks say it's going down on the 4 hour. Let's look at the 1 hour. No, 1 hour is looking pretty good. It just looks like we're having a pullback after a nice little pump. So as long as this is just a sideways action, it looks like it's going to keep going sideways. Yeah. We actually have an ascending triangle on the 30-minute. So I'm doing this for you, forfeit. Because you rock, man. Freaking awesome. All right, there we go. So don't forget to go over to Twitter, join our NFT contest. We're giving away a $40 to $100. I'm not sure how much it's worth, anywhere from $40 to $100. NFT tomorrow on the live stream, but you have to sign up on Twitter right now. We got a lot of interest in it, so it's going to be a pretty good giveaway. There's a lot of people that entered, man. That's probably the best giveaway I've ever done on Twitter. And it's going to give away an icy bird. It's a playable NFT. So basically, you can play a game with it. Flappy Bird's the one it's called Icy Birds, but it's a lot like Flappy Birds. And if you get in the top in the contest, they actually, I'm not sure if they give you more NFTs or ICP, but they're going to be doing a contest. I'm number 2 right now. Dare you to go beat my score. It's 12. I don't know how a person got 31. Hopefully, it's not a cheater and a real person. If there's cheaters, we're going to find them. And I'm going to tell Icy Birds, and we're going to team up, and we're going to kick you out. No, for real, though. But just me pumped. $1. 420 bird. I think I have the 420 bird. The 420 bird. CeeLo hooking up with OXT. Liz, she came out with a heater. Oh, I like questions like that. She came out with a heater, yo. She said, thoughts on CeeLo hooking up with OXT? Well, I have a big news for you right here. CeeLo is also hooked up with the graph. So if it's hooking up with OXT, dude, I'd be buying both OXT and CeeLo. See, when these cryptos come together, something special happens, man. It really does. When you see these cryptos partner, it's like buy the rumor, sell the news. Because as soon as they partner, that crypto is gonna pump. Eventually, next bull market, CeeLo, I'd be getting CeeLo, I'd be getting GERT, I'd be getting OXT. There's a lot of crypto I want to buy right now, but with the market the way it is, I'm not buying right now. I'm just not. I'm accumulating. So when I say I'm not buying right now, I'm not going out and buying a ton of crypto. I'm buying 2 or 3 specific cryptos at prices that I want to buy them at. So OXT is one of my very favorite cryptos. Top 5. It's like my number 4, I think. And I don't own any of it right now, but I've already made thousands of dollars off of it. So I'm waiting to get in at a good price again when I have the right kind of money to do it. So right now I'm in limbo, hoping the Definity grant's going to come through because I got like very little income coming in, but that's okay. If this grant goes through, I'll be all good. If not, I gotta figure out some other sponsorship or something. But I'm pretty sure it's gonna go through. The way we were talking, the lady is amazing over there. Always like we feed off each other really well, so I think they're gonna do it. But I mean, I've had a lot of negative things happen in my life, so I'm trying to be positive. You know, even though I don't have a reason to be, that is the reason to be, right? Just to be positive. But that's a good question. I might do a video on that now. Like I'm not going to look into it right this second because we're getting long into it. Or Jasmine, guys, sorry, we will do that. Not tomorrow. Wait, it will be tomorrow because Wednesday we're going to do ICP. So tomorrow we're free. Tomorrow we're free, so we can talk about OXT, Jasmine, the CeeLo integration, and whatever else you guys want to talk about tomorrow. I would do it now, but you know when people see the long time, they're just like, I don't want to watch it. So, all right, guys, you're awesome. That being said, you know what time it is. Goodbye and good Bitcoin. Bang!